Yeah, I think we're on camera. So this is the Economic Development Commission meeting of January 4th, 2024. We're meeting in the Old Town Hall Conference Room as well as via Zoom. We do have a forum today, so I'll turn things over to you, Mr. Chairman, for call to order and any welcome remarks.
Well, thank you, Mark. Appreciate that, and welcome everyone, and happy New Year. Just as we kind of move along, we're going to begin by the minutes and having a motion to accept the minutes.
Motion to accept.
Second, all in favor?
Mark, Don,
Hello?
Ken, it's Don Peterson. Can you hear anything?
I heard that. Is it my system or your system?
I think that they turned off the mic at the meeting or the picture.
I don't see any video.
I just called in on my,
You're calling it on your phone?
I called in on my phone. I was on this regular Zoom, but then it just abruptly stopped about 5 minutes ago.
Recording in progress.
I hear that. Yeah, I just logged in on my phone and I don't hear anything.
You get a message from Mark. I got emailing Mark and Kevin, but nothing's happened.
So I think I'm gonna leave and try to rejoin, see if that does anything.
Hi, Mary, it's Don Peterson. The Zoom meeting seems to have been They're not broadcasting or recording anymore. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Hello? No, he's there. My microphone was not working properly. So it's- All right.
Okay, what else?
So that, that's the report.
Nice. That's a good report.
That's great. Wow.
Is Ken with us or no?
Is Ken are you there? I don't see him. He said he was was having some connection issues. He was gonna try to join, but maybe late. I will say that we did have Ken met with members, a couple folks from the Affordable Housing Committee on the 21st of December. We talked about ways in which we could further, they had done an analysis of utilization of some of the larger commercial parking lots, which showed plenty of capacity and, the idea is that we should at some point stop adding more parking. We have enough and maybe we need to revise our regulations, particularly with some of these larger multi-tenanted commercial properties to reduce the parking count, which would either free up sites for development, whether that's commercial or residential or some combination, or just taking it back and creating more open space or less impervious surface that we have to deal with from a drainage standpoint. So Ken is gonna look at the regulatory framework in some other towns to see what we can possibly glean from that. And I think the Affordable Housing Committee was gonna drill down a little bit further in their analysis and come up with some proposed text that we could then consider. So it is moving ahead.
Good.
So that's great.
And then we kind of had an update on the
I
site.
think we've got all that.
Beverly.
Let me pass down these flyers. Some from the outside, inside. As Mark mentioned, this is his preview to our event coming up on January 25th. As you know, the chamber holds in January its Economic Outlook Breakfast. And this is a nice opportunity for our new first selectman to come in front of chamber membership and other local businesses to introduce himself. And what he can say at this point after being in for, 6 or 8 weeks with regard to plans from his perspective. And Mark, I'm sure you'll be meeting with him on what's going to be discussed from your
Yeah, I'll have to
his side.
fill my remarks based on what he wants to say.
Right, exactly. And this is the same keynote from M&T as last year, Luke Tilley. For any of you who had been there last year, he ended up to be absolutely excellent because he kind of looked at his slides and the screen, he turned everything off and just really talked to everyone there. And he was fantastic.
Luke's coming back?
Luke is, this just changed because the person that we had originally slated to be the keynote within M&T resigned. So all of a sudden it was like a scramble and I said, if we can get Luke Tilley back, that would be fantastic. So, so I hope that all of you can attend. Some of you are not chamber members, but certainly we'll give you the chamber member ticket rate. And again, a nice opportunity to get in front of our first selectman to have any questions and the networking is from 7:30 to 8. And it's a little more casual over coffee and having a little breakfast. So that's what we have coming up this month in January and hope to see actually everyone here there.
It's an excellent event.
It really is. It's great.
Very good. And just projecting forward for February, March, do you have a couple of things?
So we don't have it on schedule yet. We're debating about our health and fitness expo. Last year at the university, we did really well with regard to vendors, but the public didn't come. And, Brian Collins and I are on Weeby and ICC, and it did have a bad weather forecast, but the chamber board is thinking, should we try something a little more downtown so that there's more visibility? So I've talked to FTC. They can provide the opportunity to maybe scale it back down, test it and see if it works. But we haven't made a total decision on that yet. So that would be our other business event coming up in March.
Okay, super. Jen, do you want to share anything about the university?
Let's see.
It's a long list.
Today's my first day back after 2 weeks, so I'm like, woo.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thanks.
Enough coffee in the world.
Thanks.
Buddy.
Basketball teams are doing great. I don't know if you guys have seen, we are planning on having another Town of Fairfield day at the arena. We held one, but I think just with the December, I don't know, it was just, it was quick. It was, yeah. So I asked the team to schedule another one in January, February timeframe. So I think that will work well, especially given the team's records right now. So we're only one of 2 universities to have teams on 6 and 8 game winning streaks right now. So teams are doing great. So we'll do another Town of Fairfield.
And the chamber too, in
day with-
February, I
yeah,
think.
with-
Yep.
With the chamber. So we'll hopefully get that out and promote that heavily.
Sacred Heart's moving into the MAC, so you get a little head to head.
Sacred Heart is moving into the MAC. Yes, yes.
So how are your season ticket holder?
They're actually great. We're close to hitting 1,000, which we were at about 900 last year. So so we were just under 1,000, which is great. Yeah, attendance has been good. We're entering MAC play now, so that tends to
Yeah.
bump up attendance. It's always tricky because when the season starts, then the kids are only here for a couple weeks before they go on break. So it's a little, it's hard. So usually we see student attendance peak in January, February timeframe when they're back.
Right. All right.
Yeah, but town attendance has been great,
Nice.
especially for the women's games.
I have several.
That's
friends.
great.
Yeah.
We're very good.
Yeah, women's, I don't know the stats off the top of my head, but just, you know, anecdotally from being there, women's game attendance has probably seen the largest increase year over year in terms of attendees, lots of kids.
All right. Anyone else have any commentary?
The room looks nice. We got rid of it's been painted and they.
Well, they relocated, so it's like deja vu. We flipped them back, so this has now made its reappearance. I don't know where it was for the last 4 years, but. This is a mural that was in the post office downtown. It was a WPA project and.
So way back then.
Been relocated back here. I guess this is where the Arts Commission now meets, so we can look at it. And the first selectman gallery is now over in the other building in the conference room over there, so.
Saw that.
I guess appropriate since that's where the selectmen meets.
That's right. There you go.
Okay.
That's right. So, all right. Well, if we're all good, then I suggest we adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor? Well, thank you very much, everyone.
There's again, we'll be looking to, our next meeting is the February 1st. But, if there's other, we had a couple tours of Bigelow Tea, we saw the arena at Fairfield U, but, you know, we usually make a couple stops at, both universities to understand better what's going on at those facilities. If you have, things that you're interested in learning more, or guest speakers, I'm happy to make suggestions. We're happy.
We should go to Penske's push.
Anticipate, we will.
Illicit
probably
brew.
Have,
Right, well, there too.
I will say that the owner of that site, and the site across the street, the Hyundai dealership, has asked if they could, appear before the commission and talk a little bit more about their vision for, the Hyundai dealership in particular, but also I'm sure we can talk about Bed Bath and Beyond, the XI battery site as well. So it didn't work out for January, but I assume that maybe February might be the date which they can come before you. Obviously, I think part of the reason that they want to make the appearance is they're looking for support. I don't know that their project for the converting the Hyundai dealership is terribly controversial. They're proposing a private auto membership club.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's something that they're looking to explain further what they're trying to do there. And
Mhm.
probably ask if the commission would be supportive of that and when they make their application to TPC.
Would that be Michelle or Paul?
It would be, what I've seen before, and who knows, but it's a family affair, so they all come.
Yeah.
It might be Chuck Willinger, who's their attorney that presents on their behalf.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Typically, I do see Mike
Yeah,
and Paul
yeah.
and their sons.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's a group that
Yeah.
usually comes, and that would be great.
Travel en masse.
Yeah, no, that's good. Okay.
All right, well, thank you, guys. I guess we're all done.
Done.
Thanks,
Don.
Don.
See you later. Thank you, Don.
Sorry, dropped out.